was not established with the motive or the purpose of trying to understand and accept another religion or another church denomination. No, they were created with their own thing going. And that is one of the reasons why it's very hard for one religion to understand another religion, because it was not included in their design. Hello, my friends, it's me, Sandy, from Edrienia Extrasensory Elevation, and I'm back again with another video. And this time, I'm going to talk about why arguing or debating over whose religion is true, whose religion is right and correct, is such a waste of time. And not just that, after many centuries of doing the same thing over and over again, it's not helping us and benefiting us. It only do more harm to each other by continuing on to do this. And in this video, I'm going to provide you with some of the reasons why I say that, why it's pointless to keeping on, arguing, debating, trying to correcting each other, which country we are part of, the context, the culture, the beliefs, the teachings, the bias, the worldview, all of that kind of stuff. It depends on where we were growing up. And even growing up, if we are growing up in the same country, our differences as human beings in a natural way, it's very obvious. Based on natural reasons why this is pointless. We as human beings are naturally do not like the same thing. And it depends on where we were growing up. Also, we as human beings are very selective. We choose and pick the things that we like and also the things that we don't like. Even at the basic level, if we come to that, the family unit. No matter we are growing up, for example, we are growing up in the same parents with other siblings. And even in receiving the same nurture, receiving the same teaching and all of that, as we grow up, between our siblings, we have our differences. Of course, there are some similarities and commonalities. And yet, there are a lot of differences between us. And the same applies to religions. And in the household of Christianity, we have now thousands of denominations. And that really shows the differences that we have with one another. The second point I want to make, each religion has their own thing going. And what do I mean by that? We have our own forms or structures, and within that structures, we have our own cultures, our own beliefs, our own doctrines, our own teachings, the values that we have, the rituals that we have. That's very obvious for how many centuries now, of the differences between one religion and another, or the differences between one church denomination and another. And not just that, each religion or each church denomination, they already created their own boxes or boundaries. Some of the churches that I know, they already provided a pre-cooked questions and answers for their followers or their members. And that is one of the main reasons why it's going to be very hard from one religion or one church denomination to be able to see and understand another religion or another church, because they already created this boundary and have all their own their teaching and all of those things. And it's going to be very hard because most of the followers or the members, they will only stay in that box. Most of them, they don't have any intention to try to understand another religion or another church denomination. And because they already have the questions and the answers to the most things about their beliefs, about their faiths, about their doctrines, they're just going to stay there. They're not going to know any better or further than that. And a lot of people are just going to stay with one religion or one church denomination all their life. Another point to highlight, each religion and each church denomination were created and constructed in a way was not established with the motive or the purpose of trying to understand and accept another religion or another church denomination. No, they were created with their own thing going. And that is one of the reasons why it's very hard for one religion to understand another religion, because it was not included in their design that they need to understand and accept another religion or another denomination. And I often used an analogy to help, whether it's the students that I teach or with some other groups. I use the analogy of our diversity. It's like a group of people coming together, and yet they are wearing different color sunglasses or different colors spec. One person wearing red color, another person wearing yellow, another person green, blue, and all of that. And imagine if they are looking the same truth and reality, they're gonna see through that color. And the same applies when we talk about religion and church denomination. If we are talking about Christianity, it's very hard to see the same with another religion or another denomination, because we are wearing a different color class. And that is what our structures, our doctrines, our teachings, our beliefs that make separate one religion from another. And that is why it's going to be very hard and it's useless to try to argue or debating with another religion or another church denomination because of that differences. You both each see in a different way, although they are seeing the same reality or the same truth, and yet what they have built, the boundaries that they have built over the years, the rituals that they have, the teachings that they have, the theologies, all of that, it makes them blinded from seeing or being able to see another religion or another church denomination. So what I'm trying to emphasize, each religion and church denomination were created and established to be exclusive. It wasn't created to be inclusive or to accept another religion. No, it was created to be different from another. And that is one of the main reasons why it's we are not going anywhere to continue to argue with one another and trying to correct one another, because it's pointless. It's very obvious of our differences, even from the beginning of each religion and each church denomination. It was not created to be able to accept another religion or accept another church that is different from our church. It was created to be different. Another point is that the sources of information where the religion or church is based on are also different. And even within the household of Christianity, they have different Bible versions, they have thousands of translations, they have different interpretations, they have different theologies. All of those things, as I mentioned, is not going to help them coming together. It was made to be exclusive, one religion to another. So in other words, each religion and church denomination was created, and because of all the structures, all the culture, all the ritual teachings, theology, and all of it they have created throughout the years, it will not make them or help them being able to see another religion or another denomination, because they have been restricted. And I have mentioned before, and quite a lot of people, they are now calling these boxes. Because of the boxes we have created to separate us from one another, there's no point of trying to argue with each other. We won't be able to see each other, because what we only see the other person as a reflection of who we are, what we like. This is not all the reasons, but I'm just sharing the reasons that I just provided with you, with the hope that will get you thinking, will help you thinking and starting to really sit with this issue and really think about it. That's the point of this video, is to get you think about all of these things and the reasons why we don't see eye to eye. It's because of the things that we have created to separate one religion from another, and one church denomination from another. So with that, arguing and debating over whose religion is true, whose religion is correct and right, is a waste of time. It's better for us that we start embracing our diversity, our differences, and just to live with that. Just like as we live in each household as a family, despite our differences, we can still get along because another person is part of us, is part of the family. Our differences shouldn't allow us, to do more harm to each other. As long as we understand which box we belong to, we stay there. We stay there, live there, no problem with that. But it becomes problem, as we have seen in history, the mass killing and all of those things in the past, the violence has been caused by religion. We ought to see a different picture today. We don't have to continue to keep repeating that bad history with what we are doing now. This is 2025 and we are better. Yeah, then of course we are better than the past. But it's just a matter of accepting that reality, embrace our differences, and then we will live in peace and harmony with each other. Do we need to look any further? No. We just look at the history of the world and how diverse we are in terms of our beliefs and faith, and that should be enough. We see the differences that we have today in terms of our religion. That should be enough. We are to embrace and accept our differences, and we love and respect one another. And in that way, we are continue to become better human beings. With that, it's me, Shani, from Edrienia Extrasensory Elevation. I'm signing off, but I'll see you again in my next video.